All right, so let's go ahead and begin. So we're gonna start in kneeling position. We're just gonna warm up a little bit into the ankles and the wrists, and of course getting in touch with our grounding part of our practice. So we are gonna start with the hands on the knees in kneeling. And again, if you can't kneel for reasons, that your knees or hips or ankles do bother you too much, then you do this seated on your bottom, whatever's a comfortable position for you. But we're going to start with getting in touch with that pelvic floor, okay? So the pelvic floor, that root chakra, you're going to be moving from there. You're going to see and feel like you want to move from here, but the understanding and awareness in our practice is to move from the root chakra, okay? So from that pelvic floor. So you activate the pelvic floor, give it a good hug and lift, and you're going to move that pelvic floor forward and back. So this is like that camel ride pose here, just to kind of get things moving and start to rock forward and back. And we'll do this a few times as you're breathing in and breathing out. So go ahead and start to stimulate that breath, drawing in that good energy. I want you guys to try to hear your breath. Okay, it's not too loud, but you want to be able to hear your inhale and hear your exhale. And again, if you're feeling like you're pushing from the mid-back, you want to try to draw the navel in the whole time and working from that root chakra. Okay, try just a couple more. And then you're going to reach back and stretch back and just stretch into that upper back. Draw the chin into the chest and reach open. All right, so we're going to bring that right hand down and that left arm up, and we're going to come up on the knee and stretch that leg over. Okay, and then we exhale and come down, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So bring that up and stretch over, and we're going to do that again. So you're just going to keep moving from side to side. So that pelvic floor is strong. You're going to go side and down and side and down, and just do that a few more times. Reach open, good, and down. Keep that belly nice and strong. Keep your breath moving, and one more time on each side, you guys. So you're just going to reach out and in, and last one, reach out and in. Good. All right, so we'll come forward onto hands and knees, bring the knees back, and just start to balance the body here. So the weight's distributed from hands to knees evenly, and we'll start to round through the spine. Remember that tailbone pelvic floor starts the movement, and before you come into cow pose, the tailbone starts the movement. You reach up through the tail, and then it comes up to the crown of head all the way up. Good. And just keep moving that. So you go at your own pace, tailbone down, and then reaching into the tip of the pelvis. You'll feel that low belly stretch and that low belly contract. Try that one more time. Really open that up, you guys. And And then when you're ready, come into neutral position and turn that right hand back. And we're just gonna stretch out this wrist here. So you're just gonna come back and maybe use this hand here to help to pull that wrist and forearm back a little bit so you feel that stretch. And just kind of hang into it for a few breaths, maybe getting that nice release spreading through the fingers. All right, same hand, just flip it over and just stretch it back. And again, this free hand can either press down or pull back or just use it against the floor, whichever one feels like it helps you to get that stretch. All right, shake that out. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So we'll pull the fingers back there, point them back, and just start to lean back. Yep. And again, use your free hand if you want to just kind of like, hey, it's okay. Or just rub it or massage it or use it to pull back if you want to help that stretch. And get that nice opening in all parts. And then release, and then shake it and flip it over. Okay, same thing. Just pressing back. Again, just getting this nice opening through the wrists here. Again, those of you guys are coming in, we're doing a little yoga sculpt. So if you have weights and you want to use them, go for it. If you don't, not a big deal, right? So just go ahead and flex your feet so your toes are curled under. You're gonna sit back, so you're like that. You're pushing into your toes, and then you're gonna push back into your feet, press back, and then come forward and press one foot flat, the other one stays flexed, and then you'll push back into one, and release, and then do the same thing on the other side. So flex one, point the other, and just press back. leg down into the center. Coming into downward dog, so we'll reach back and pedal out those heels. So you're gonna pedal out one at a time and working those ankles a little bit more. So just go for it. Get some good ankle mobility. Head is down, shoulders wide, and then you're gonna pick up both heels and just kind of pump them up there. Pump them up. Get a good work in there. Pull that pelvic floor strong, and you'll lift up your heels and move them to the right. Drop them down, and pick up your heels and move them to the left, and drop them down. Come back into the center, suck the belly in, reach forward, come down on the knees, chest and chin, elbows in, hips in the air, and then draw the body up, and just get a cobra, just Bhujangasana, so keep this part of your body on the ground, hips on the ground, and just get that upper back to lift, looking right and left, over the shoulder, and come down. So again, root through the tail, pelvic floor, glutes nice and strong, upper body lift, chest up, squeeze your upper back, turn the chin over that right shoulder, turn it over the left shoulder, and release it down. And one more time, just get us awake this morning in the back. Up, look, and look. Okay, so you're gonna take your left arm, stretch it out. So stretch it out really, really long. Take that right leg and pull. Pull, pull, pull. Your other right hand is still on the ground. Your right hand is still on the ground, so pull. You're gonna roll to your side, you guys. You're gonna be on your side here. And take your hand right behind your head, your right hand behind your head. You're gonna lift your head and your leg and squeeze your waist on the side, and then come down. And breathe. And do that again. Lift. And you're trying to lift up that underside from the floor, right? Maybe it's not possible, but you're thinking about it anyway. And just try 2 more. Stretch. Lift up, pelvic floor strong. And one more time. Lift and bring it down. Okay, so you're gonna come down flat on the belly again and stretch that or left, right arm forward, other arm, and the other hand is down by your side. Opposite leg, and you're gonna lift and stretch, and then roll to the side. Top hand behind your head, and we're gonna lift it up and squeeze your waist and come down. And try that again. Lift and squeeze your waist and come down. Just 2 more, you guys. Lift and get that good squeeze. Come down, and one more time. Lift and squeeze and come down. Roll it back into the center. Bring the hands right underneath the chest, curl the toes, and press yourself up into downward dog. So you're gonna reach back into downward dog, take your right foot and step it forward. So we're gonna ground through that right leg and draw that left knee down. So stretch it back, you guys. Don't pull it, don't tuck it under like that. Stretch as far back as you can. Open up inside the hips here. I want you guys to try to feel, just right now, just feel this right inner thigh and left inner thigh separating from each other, and then they're not only going to pull front to back, but they're going to pull right to left. So you're going to open your hips up and pull them front to back, right to left. Breathe in, breathe out, and then you'll lift that right arm and pull up into this twist while you're opening the hips. Again, all the twisting comes from that pelvic floor, from that root chakra. It's not coming from the waist. The navel stays in. It looks like the waist is turning. It's really coming from the base. Roll that shoulder back a little bit more, and then releasing it down and step back into your downward dog. Okay, one more before we begin the strength and vigorous moving. Pull the shoulder blades down the back, open your chest, and let your head come down. So I want you guys to try to feel right here in downward dog that your shoulder blades come down your back, and the bottom of your shoulder blades press against the back of your chest to lift your chest toward your chin, even though you're bowing down, okay? So you're breathing deeply as you do this, and then squeeze that left foot forward and step it up. Get into that good lunge, move it up there. Get that back knee to come down. Again, don't tuck it forward, stretch it back. So open here, open those inner thighs and groin, stretch them front to back, and now also stretch them left to right. So open from the groin, open from the inner thigh, open from that base, that root, forward, back, right, left, and then lift up that left arm, come into your twist. Again, you're twisting from pelvic floor, root chakra. Inhale, exhale. All right, step it in. So that back leg is gonna come forward. So you're gonna step it right in and come into that forward fold and reach into chair pose. This is where I'm gonna pick up the weights, and you guys don't have to grab the weights at all, but if you have weights and you wanna do them with me, you totally can grab your weights here. Squeeze in through the hips. Again, skinny everything in right here. Narrow in through the front of the hips, and we're gonna come down and press up, and down and push, down and push. So you want to get nice and strong. And again, pelvic floor is your strength. Navel is in. Good. Press into your heels and toes. So your 10 toes are sealed down into the ground. Heels are nice and strong into the ground. Shins are strong. Inner thighs are active. And we do about 10 more of these. 10, 9, 8, 7. Stay nice and strong. 6. Chair pose squat. 5. Right up into mountain pose. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we rise up and open up here, and then reach open. And so you're pulling open wide. Again, you could do this without weights. Just make sure your heels and toes are grounded. Your chest is high. And we go 4 more of these. Pull strong. Good. 3. So good. 2 more. 2. And 1 more. And 1. Bring the weights right inside here and lean forward. Bend your knees. So you're going to stretch your right leg back. So you're going to be in this forward position. Right leg back. You can keep your right leg on the ground, or you can lift it. We're in a row. We can keep it down on the ground. Just stabilize into your front hip. Goes 4, 3, 2. Low belly is strong. And 1. Take it back in again and go down and up for 8. 8, 7, 6, 5. Really strengthen and tone through the legs. 4. Keep getting good stretches here. 3. Core is strong. 2 more. 2. Hold it up at the top and get that opening. We go 1. Spread the chest. 2. So every time you're pulling open more. 3. This is where that yoga comes in. 5. Just 3 more. You guys keep that chest up. 3. 2 more. 2. 1 more. All right, you bring it in. Bend forward again, and this time that left leg goes back again. You keep the toe down, or you can lift and balance, and we row up. Squeeze those back muscles. Back of the chest is getting strong here. And we go 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Keep squeezing those muscles. 2 and 1. We bring it in and bring it down. Now, if you have weights, you can keep the weights in your hands and step back into plank. If you want to just put your hands down in plank, you do that. You're going to hold a strong plank. Pelvic floor and core is strong. You can be on your knees for this next part, which is going to row up. And so we go up 1, 2. You can do it on your toes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9 and 10. And then you'll come on your knees. Everybody comes on the knees right under hips. And that right arm's going to go out to the side. Left leg goes back. Pull the belly in, and we go up and tap. 2 and tap. 3, 4, 5. Neck is long. 6, 7, and 8. And we'll bring that down and work the shoulder and the glute on the other side. So arm out, leg lift, and we go up 1. Keep the neck long. 2, stretch through the crown of the head. 3, 4, 5. 3 more, you guys. 3, squeeze and tone a little bit more. 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's take those weights off to the side and just stretch back into downward dog. So reach back. Strengthen through the fingers. Strengthen through the feet. Push your toes down and heels down. And stretch the backs of your legs, backs of the knees. Pull the kneecap up. Squeeze the shoulder blades against the back. Take your right leg up to the sky. And just like we did, you guys, at the beginning of the class, open your inner thighs, front to back type of opening. And now bend your knee in the air and open your inner thighs right to left. So you got to pull the right one from the left and the left one from the right. So keep opening a little bit more. So you're exaggerating, both legs stretch from the inside. And breathe deeply. And then we'll tuck that in and squeeze that knee into the chest and hug your belly. Tone it in, and step that foot all the way forward. And again, here you can grab the weights if you want to, or you don't have to. You can just stay into your crescent lunge. Okay, so we're gonna bring the arms up right here. And again, you're welcome if you have no weights just to reach the arms overhead. We're gonna lift up and draw the knee down. So we come up and draw down. Now, neck is long, reach through the crown of the head. And again, these moving exercises will really help to increase your range of motion and your stability as you're doing this, right? So we do 4, go a little deeper every time. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Connect the weights, ground your back foot. Okay, so you're gonna ground your back foot. Weights are connected in your hands if you want to. Lunge into that right leg. Bring the weights down. Come down into that front foot, and then bring it back up. So we try that again. Down into your front foot, and you come up. Now you guys want to strengthen into the inside of your legs, and that's my focus this morning, is to get us to work more here rather than on the outside. So a lot of times we're hanging on the outside of the foot, outside of the hip, and we're coming into that inner strength. Try 4. Stay strong with it, looking good. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and separate the weights. Carefully open up. Go back into your plank position. If I can get my foot out of the way. There we go. Nice and strong. Tone up through the tummy. Drop through the knees. Open or move the weights out to the side. And now open your arms as wide as you can here. You can do this on your knees or on your toes. But I want you guys to spread the chest, shoulders down the back. And we come into push-ups. And we press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your neck is long, reach through the crown of the head. 6, awesome. 7, tone in through the belly. 8, 2 more. 9, and 10, awesome. Bring the hands right back in, press through those fingers, and then stretch back into your downward dog. Now you guys, as we come into downward dog, press your shoulder blades down your back, extend through the crown of your head. See if you can release that tension that might be around the ears or the jaw, and let the crown of the head stretch a little bit more. Now we'll take that left leg up, and just like we did on the other side, you are exaggerating that inner leg or inner hip stretch. So your right and left inner thighs are pulling away from each other front to back. They're pulling away from each other right to left, and you're toning in through the belly as you do this. For 3, keep pulling. 2, and 1, and we'll step that leg all the way forward. Oh, no, you gotta squeeze. Sorry, guys, sorry. Squeeze and squeeze. You gotta tone that tummy, squick it in there, and then step it forward. Woo! Almost missed that part. So we're gonna come up into our crescent lunge. Grab your weights again. All right, so you're gonna get the weights nice and strong. Arms are gonna come out to the side on this one. Okay, so you're gonna hold the arms out, and you'll curl in and stretch. Chest is high. Pull in and stretch. Good. Keep on going, guys. Tone through the legs. Squeeze through the bum. And we've got 4 more. 4, 3. Stretch a little deeper into the inner thighs. 2, and 1. Beautiful. Connect through the weights. Ground your back foot. So we're going to reach down with the weights inside your foot, and then press it up. And again, inner thigh, pelvic floor. Coincidentally, that pelvic floor and inner thigh have a good connection, right? So good relationship, and we're trying to keep our mind in those places, right? Nice and strong. Both legs doing the work here. Both inner thighs stretching and strengthening. Toning, let's do 4, 3, good, 2 more, 2, and 1. Okay, we're gonna rise up and turn into squat position. So I'm gonna turn and face you guys if you need to turn and face, right? You're gonna come into squat, pull your quads, not only up into the hips, but pull them up to the ceiling. So you're gonna pull the quads up, pull your hamstrings, down. Bring the hands together, connect the weights over the head and tricep. Tone through the legs, tone through the arms. Keep that neck extended right through the crown of the head. And keep pressing. Now you're gonna add that lift with the legs. So you're squeezing those quads, hamstrings, inner thighs, and glutes. All 10 toes are anchored. And you really want to get that press for 10, 9, 8, push those knees open, 7, 6, 4 more, you guys, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bring it right down. Drop the weights down. Turn the toes in. Into that forward bend. Squeeze into the belly. And lunge over to one side. Doesn't matter which side. You're just, again, focusing on inner thighs. Both of them pulling away from each other. Right? Get that nice opening. And again, think about it not just one direction stretch. Think about them stretching all around, right? Opening up forward, back, side to side. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Toes down, heels down. Pull those inner legs. Keep feeling that stretch. 2 and 1. Great job. I'm gonna rise up and step to the front of your yoga mat. So you guys can step to the front. Bring those feet together, okay? I'm gonna come into chair squat, okay? So you're gonna be in chair pose. We're gonna be in chair pose. If you have the weights, they're gonna be up and behind you. Palms are gonna be up, and you're lifting and toning those arms. And press, press. So again, strength here, pelvic floor, lower belly, navel is in. And we keep toning the backs of the arms and stretch your arms. For 8, shoulders forward, wrists back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And take that right leg back, still in your tricep, still in that crescent lunge, but this is gonna be a low lunge. And so you come in and back, in and back. Again, instead of being on the outside of your hip joint, try to come into those inner legs. Find your strength there. You're totally leaning forward, even if you don't have the weights. You're stretching that chest forward for 3, 2, and 1. Step it back in again. Coming into chair pose. Bring the weights up over the head, and we're going to add an extension. So up, 2, 3. Neck is long. 4. Squeeze the glutes. 5, 6. Looks so good, you guys. 7, 8, 2 more, 9, awesome, 10, hold that chair pose, bring the palms back, and lift. 2, now really stretch and open the chest and the throat, crown of head lift, pelvis is strong. 3, 2, and 1, and we're gonna switch so that left leg goes back, so I do a little open stance position, and then we lunge forward. So we're in a low lunge, horizontal lunge, chest forward, and we tuck that. Elbows in and back, in and back. And again, your focal points, inner thighs, right? You're grounding inward. Keep squeezing inward. Let's go for it for 8, 7, 6, 5, looks good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that foot in or feet in. Go ahead and stretch it down to the side. Step back in a plank position. Drop down onto the knees if you need it for push-ups. Keep the chest open. Here we go. 1, push. 2, push. Pelvic floor strong. 4, stretch. 5, squeeze the chest at the top. 6, all the way extend the elbows. 7, 8, 2 more. 9, and 10. Good. Come all the way down. Stretch that tailbone down, legs long. Lift into upward dog. And see if you can squeeze that tailbone down a little bit more. And bend from that low back. Reach into downward dog. Stretching it back. All right, so spread those fingers, you guys, and squeeze the hips. Stretch the ankles. Give them a good stretch. Stretch the backs of the knees. Spread your collarbone and move the shoulders down the back. Now take your right leg up to the sky and get your opening. Remember, your left leg needs to anchor and pull as well. Opposition. Lift that leg a little higher. 2 and 1. Squeeze it in and step it forward to side angle. So you guys are going to step that foot forward, ground this back leg. So if you're using weights, you can do one way or two, right? But they're all going to be in this top hand. Okay, this arm's going to come down. So you're going to reach down and pull. Reach down and pull. Legs are still in that side angle stretch. Pull. Squeeze the back of your shoulder, get in that rear deltoid. Go 4 more of these. Tone that arm and back. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna rise up into warrior 2, separate through the weights, right? We have them, stretch out. Turn your thumbs to the sky, and we lift up 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep opening your hips. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let the weight pull you back there. And reach that top arm up. And reach that top arm all the way over. So you're letting the weight pull you. Let the weight pull. For 4, keep opening the knee. 3, 2 and 1. Rise up into triangle pose. So legs straight, reach open, chest open, and this bottom weight's pulling you down. Top weight you pull up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, you guys, last series strength here. Let's come into our plank position. And again, feel free to just hold plank if you're not doing push-ups. But if you are, come down on the knees and a set of 10. 1, 2, navel's in. 3, make each one count. 4, 5, 6, straighten out the elbows. 7, 8, just 2 more, you guys, make them really, really good, each one. 1 and 2, beautiful, let's come on down. Tailbone roots down, move those shoulders against the back, so lift that upper back, and then wave it up there. So the more the tailbone roots down, the further back you go. And then reach into your downward dog. Whew. Stretch those ankles, squeeze the shoulder blades, press in through the low back, stretch the backs of the knees. Left leg comes up, you guys, and open up. So once again, a really good opening here. Pull a little bit more, inner thighs. And step it forward. Whew. Side angle stretch. So bring that right up there, get those 2 weights. So ground that back foot for side angle stretch. Weights 1 or 2 in this top hand. And you're down into your stretch here as you pull up. Chest is open. Good, really squeeze it, you guys. That nice pull here. 7, get the back of the shoulder to get good work, and the front of the shoulder to stretch. Good, 4, 3, keep opening hips. 2, keep opening hips. And 1, because we do that upper body work, doesn't mean we don't open the hips still, right? So you come up into warrior 2, stretch out, thumbs up, keep pulling open the hips, and we lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, legs strong, 7, and 8. And then we let that weight pull you back. So let this bottom weight pull you down, and this top weight pulls over. And just keep getting that pull. Keep the hips opening, go for it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. 2, and then we'll rise up, straighten out the leg for triangle pose, make any adjustments, and let that bottom weight pull you down. Top weight is up, and you're pushing up the top chest, pulling down bottom chest. As we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Beautiful. All right, let's release that down. Then come into a side plank. So we'll step back, and you're going to turn to the side. Doesn't matter which side. Just take up a side plank. Squeeze the inner thighs together. So you're really working the energy inward now. And zip up that low belly. Reach the top arm way over and lift higher. So you guys are lifting your hip from your pelvic floor. So keep lifting, lifting, lifting. So remember, like we do in the cat and cow, the wave comes from the tailbone, your lift is coming from the tailbone. The higher you lift your hips, the lower the head's gonna go down on that bottom side. You're breathing in and breathing out. All right, we'll come to the other side. So just reach, I'm gonna turn around, but you guys can just reach over. And again, your inner thighs start squeezing. So really start squeezing. Squeeze the inner thighs right to left, left to right, right? We open the hips, we separate them obviously. And now when they're together, they're really together. So you're gonna lift your hips from that pelvic floor. And the more you lift, the higher your hips are gonna go, of course. And then the more you're gonna make this dome of your spine and your head's gonna come down. So you're increasing your strength, of course, and your flexibility, obviously. But we do it with strength. So lift a little higher for 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Let's do some abs. Yay. And you can do these with the weights, right? So I'm going to do some twisting. You guys know you've been doing this long enough with me. You can do anything without the weights. So don't feel like you're not getting the workout just because one person has weights and you don't, right? So it's up to you. So activate through the glutes, pelvic floor strong, zip your inner thighs together. So again, if you're still having trouble keeping those knees in or strengthening your inner thighs, just stick a yoga block right there or pillow or whatever you have, book, and press in the shins, the knees, and everything. So I'm gonna do this with the weights, but again, you don't have to. So weights are gonna be here. You're gonna roll back and come up. Suck into the belly and come up. And again, your movement is coming from the base of the spine. Oh, Lorella, enough already, right? How much am I gonna say that? Root chakra is active, pelvic floor strong. For 4, 3. Good job, you guys. 2. And we're gonna take it to Mason twist. So you lean back to a challenging level. You suck the belly in. This should be really, really strong. Make sure you're right in the center. And you're gonna twist 3 times to one side and come in. In 3, 2, 1. Get deep into the belly. We go 3. Activate your glutes. 2, 1. If you feel it in your back, you're gonna come down and stop the exercise or get rid of the weights or modify, lean forward more, right? So you wanna just keep pushing there. 1, deeper in here. 2, 3. One more time on this side in this 3 count. 2, and we're gonna take it to singles. So we press 1. And you try to put the weights on the floor by your hip. Put the weights on the floor. Push. Your chest is up. Press. Press. So it looks like that. Don't be waking the neighbors doing it too loud, but you know, really feel that weight coming down. And we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, awesome, 2, and 1. And we're gonna come down onto the back here, excuse me, and you'll have the weights down, right? So right hand is on the weight there. Other weight or arm is gonna be out here, okay? So belly's nice and strong. So you're just gonna come up across